The time is up, crypto kids. The deadline is over. President Trump has officially posted the way forward, and Iran has agreed. Iran has agreed. We did the live stream over on the Moonshow channel. We just wrapped up. We covered the whole process. We said Iran's confirmation will be what moves the markets. That's what happened. WTI, Bitcoin saw moves that I want to discuss in this breaking news update video. But first, we need to understand what is the way forward that President Trump stated and what I'm personally expecting next. So, in summary, 2 weeks ceasefire between America, Israel, Iran. But America is doing this with the condition that the Strait of Hormuz is going to be opened, immediately complete opening of the Strait of Hormuz for that period of 2 weeks, which was what the Prime Minister of Pakistan proposed in the peace attempt, stating that negotiations are progressive. But for us to come to a conclusion on these negotiations, we need a 2 week period where there is ceasefire, and Iran would open the Strait of Hormuz during those 2 weeks. We covered this tweet. President Trump agreed to it. Iran has also agreed to it. So 2 weeks. The deadline has been shifted once again, and it will be a ceasefire between three countries. And we're looking at the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. And he says that we're coming to a long-term, hopefully reaching a long-term peace solution. So this is what Trump stated. It's great. I mean, things could have been much worse. So thank God that this is the way that we're going ahead with. It's not over. It's still far from being over, but it's the good direction. This whole war was bad for President Trump. It was bad for the economy. The longer crude oil stays at higher prices, the more inflation, the more restrictive monetary policy. He was having a pretty large chance of getting impeached. The American people were not approving of this war. So this thing did not benefit him in any way. So it's smart from his angle to conclude this as fast as possible. I have my own conspiracy theory on why I believe the way that this is getting concluded is very sketchy. If you are wondering what that theory is, it's pretty interesting. I would recommend going to the Moonshow channel and watching the first couple of minutes of that stream, and you will find out why I feel it to be a little bit sketch, regardless of what I think. The fact is, we're going into a better direction, and this is all that matters. What did Iran say? Well, Iran says that on behalf of the Islamic Republic of Iran, I express, this is the foreign Minister of Foreign Affairs, I express gratitude and appreciation for my dear brothers, His Excellency Prime Minister of Pakistan and His Excellency Field Marshal Munir, in response to the brotherly request of the Prime Minister in his tweet, and considering the requests, referring to this one, and considering the request by America for negotiations based on its 15-point proposal, as well as announcement by the President about acceptance of the general framework of Iran's 10-point proposal, I hereby declare on behalf of Iran that if attacks on Iran are halted, they will stop for a period of 2 weeks and allow safe passage through Hormuz. So a lot of ifs and buts, but it looks like to be in the good direction. The 10-point proposal, so they're postponing the deadline by 2 weeks, but I don't know if President Trump will actually end up agreeing to the 10-point proposal. If he does, it would be great for Iran because it would involve lifting sanctions and lifting freeze of assets, allowing Iran to take cuts on ships transiting through Hormuz. So it's a very good deal for Iran, but I don't know if America is going to accept it. So there's still that uncertainty. And that's why markets are not going through the roof. So oil is down 20% in the day, but Bitcoin is not ripping to 77. It's still a bit hesitant in its pump. And like I stated before, I think 77K needs to be broken for my bearishness to pivot to bullishness in the short term. We're very bullish in the long term anyways, but 77K is the level to break for a pivot, at least in my stance, to go from bearish to bullish. Markets currently are illiquid. It's very early morning. Nobody's trading. So perhaps it could be the case that everyone is waiting for markets to open tomorrow. I think a relief rally on S&P will continue. If we take a look at the fractal between 1996 and 2001, the S&P is following it pretty goddamn perfectly. So if in 2 weeks they come to a full proposal, then I think we can expect more bullishness on the S&P, which would be, of course, Amazing. But let's not get too excited. Let's take it as it goes, and I'll be updating you as the days progress. So that's the latest we have. That is the latest we have. Tomorrow, we're getting the Morgan Stanley Bitcoin ETF being launched. Morgan Stanley becomes the first bank to launch their own spot ETF. They're a $6 trillion asset manager. They have 16,000 financial advisors. I think they're going to recommend anywhere from 1 to 5% portfolio allocations. I believe this ETF is going to bring in hundreds of billions of dollars into Bitcoin over the long term. Very bullish, launching tomorrow. Guys, thank you for watching. You've been superstars for watching this content at so early in the morning. I'll see you all very soon. Take care and bye-bye.